Why believe in God? Today I want to share with you a couple of thoughts that have been on my mind since a friend asked me a question a couple days ago about why we would have faith in God and what the power of faith can actually do for us. What's going on? I'm Tyler, your wandering therapist. I am excited to be here. I was talking with a friend the other day and he asked me the question, and I hear this question in my practice all the time too, and maybe you've asked yourself this very same question. If there is actually a God, why does He allow things to happen in this world that don't seem right? And why would I believe in a God when these things are happening all around me? Every one of us goes through trials and struggles, and we often find ourselves in this place of wrestling with the idea of a higher power or God in our lives and wondering how a God could allow certain things to happen. How does God allow a child to be abused, or a woman to be raped, or for my family member to get sick with cancer right when things were starting to turn around in our relationship? How could a loving God allow these things to happen? And why would I have faith in something or someone that I can't see and that I sometimes feel like I can't trust as a result of the things that have happened in my life? And I'll be honest, I've been there with you before. I've had several times in my own life where these things have come up. I remember one particular instance where when I was a young teenager, I had an accident with a friend where my friend fell off the school roof, and I was there to give him first aid until the paramedics arrived, and then he was taken to the hospital and I was left to walk home. And when I walked home, I was praying in my heart that God would take care of my friend. And then I went down into my bedroom and I prayed the hardest that I've ever prayed in my life, and felt this deep sense of peace and love overcome me. And I went to bed that night knowing that everything was going to be okay, only to find out in the morning that my friend had died. And it caused me to wrestle and struggle with how could a God who I felt had given me an answer to my prayer tell me that everything was going to be okay, to wake up in the next morning and find that my friend was gone. And I wrestled with that for several years, and I felt guilty, that as if maybe something about me wasn't worthy. I felt angry at God as if He hadn't shown up the way that I thought He should have. And I could see why many of us would end up in a spot where it's really hard to believe in a loving God when we live in a fallen world that leads to struggle and challenge. Now, why have faith? Why believe in a God? Why have faith in somebody bigger than ourselves when these things are going on? And I challenge you to turn that question around for a minute and ask, why not? If we live in a place like this, where we have struggle, we have sickness, we have people who make mistakes, we have people who hurt other people, what happens if we have nothing else to believe in? We're left in this place of complete hopelessness and powerlessness because we of ourselves can't fix those things. Those things are bigger than us. Those things are things that we can't control. And when we get stuck thinking and feeling about things outside of our control and there's nowhere else to put them, it leads to a place of hopelessness and hatred and bitterness. The alternative to having something else bigger to believe in, to having God to believe in, is that it allows us hope. It allows us the possibility of growth. It allows us the possibility of redemption in some way. And why not live a life that allows us to at least have that hope where we can have a higher quality of life, even if we can't control the things going around us totally? I'm reminded of a scripture in Romans that says, not only so do we glory in tribulation also, but we glory in tribulation because tribulation works patience, and patience works experience. And here's the key one, you guys: experience works hope. It's our life experience that helps us to come to know who we are, and I believe who we are in the sight of God, a higher power. It's our experience that molds us and shapes us and helps us to become better people. It helps inoculate us to the pain of this world. And in doing so, we learn deeper who we are, and we learn deeper how to become a better instrument in the hands of somebody higher. So the challenge for you today is to think about your challenge in a different way. Is there a reason for faith, even if you're going through hell right now? Is there something that faith can offer you by the way of hope that allows you a chance to see your experience as something that's going to be valuable instead of something that'll be nothing but meaningless suffering? Take those questions, put yourself back in the arena, and wrestle with God. I believe God is there. He's waiting for that wrestle. He's willing to do that wrestle. And ultimately, that wrestle leads to a deeper sense of purpose, a higher level of passion, and a deeper sense of connection to Him who created us. He created each of you for a specific purpose to make life better for somebody else. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you found this to be valuable for you, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you're facing particular struggles that you need help with or roadblocks that you're running into, please submit a question. I'd be happy to answer it for you.